polyglot transcription.
Hello market penetrators, welcome back to the channel, and in this episode we will discuss how we penetrated the Dutch market. So if you are interested to learn more about it, sit down more comfortably, give this video already advanced power like button, and let's go.
Convey translator.
So as it comes to website translation and localization, we use our own technology developed by Convey This for WordPress. We developed our own plugin for WordPress, which is called Convey This Translate. We installed it on one of our websites and decided that we would like to start promoting our service into Holland, into Dutch-speaking people. So easier said than done, but the plugin makes it actually very affordable and easy to do. So step number one, we uploaded our own button to the WordPress website, activated the API key, selected the new language, Dutch language, and pre-translated the entire website with the automatic machine translator. That was step number one. Step number two was to make a glossary, decide which terms we would like to skip, not to translate, and therefore machine translator will not try to guess the meaning of your protected keyword. It could be a trademark, your special terminology name, and so on. So we selected this, so that was skipped already. That improved the quality. And step number three, we wanted to proofread those machine translations, because one thing, if you know the language, you would see that the machine translation is laughable quality, because bulk of the translation comes from the guessing the right meaning, and one word could be translated in different ways, and machines sometimes not capable of guessing it right, no matter what kind of machines are this. It's like the newest technology, neural, or oldest technology, statistical, they're still not doing a good job in all cases universally. So we did that because we have the visual and graphical, we have visual and text editors, which allows you to translate your visible pages, such as your outside pages accessible by crawlers. But in case of gglot.com, we also have the internal dashboard, which is not accessible by search bots. But that needs to be also translated, because our users who do not understand English, they have to see the interface in their own language. So this is possible to do with the text editor. Since all the translations are pulled from the database, you don't need to exchange any files, set up some deadlines, or request for proposals. Everything is done quickly and easily from one place. So that's what we did with this translator. And step number four is you do the human proofreading. Not all pages require the human proofreading. Some pages could be just machine translated, and search bots will understand it. Not that many people would actually read it, right? Because they might land on those pages, but eventually they'll still go to your index page, to your About Us page, to Contact Us page. So every website has very important core pages, and these important core pages we wanted to proofread with help of human translators. So we have the feature to do that. We upload these strings into a shopping cart, and then you can self-checkout and submit those pages for manual proofreading by human translators. We did this internally, and since our website is not very big, so we only spent around $80 to professionally proofread the Dutch machine translations, and this is it. So once it was proofread, we started deploying the Google Ads. Google Ads require you to convert your keywords into a foreign language. So we converted the keywords into Dutch, and then we created two types of the ads, the text ads, also with help of Google Translate. So we translated what we wanted to say in English and translated this into Dutch, and try to think of the negative keywords, and then uploaded that to Google and started to experiment. So the most important thing is to set up the conversion tracking on Google AdWords. This would allow you to see what people from the advertising pages, what they're capable of ultimately doing. Are they going to use your service? Are they going to sign up and create an account? Or they would just bounce and leave your website because they were searching for something else. So this refinery allows you to actually fine-tune your keywords, better understand who is your target user, what type of keywords they're searching for to find your website and ultimately to order from you. So this is a very important step when you start penetrating the foreign markets. Start with the Google Ads, because Google Ads has really nice tools. You can refine, you can research keywords, you can see how much these keywords are cost to bid for, and don't be afraid of the high costs. Set up the small budget. Start with something not sizable, 10, 20, maybe $50 per day, and start to get going. In my case, I tried to reduce the third-party websites, only advertising on Google itself. Because Google is the intent-based search engine. Basically, people are going to search for something only when they have a need for this, right? If they don't have a need, they usually elsewhere, maybe on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter, on YouTube. But Google is the actionable platform. Basically, people go there not for fun, only because they have some kind of pain in their life and they need to reduce that pain by finding the answer. So they have to then think of the ideas like, do you really want to go with the broad keywords and bring anybody to your website? Or you want to really find very specific, like long tail keywords, which are not very often being asked by Google. But these keywords actually bring you the real users, the users who sign up, who start using your product. And we already launched in Germany, in France, in Korea, and in Russia. And this one was the launch in Netherlands, in Dutch-speaking population. However, some people told me that Dutch already speak pretty good English, so you don't have to make a separate version for them. But nevertheless, I'm thinking that even though they do speak English, advertising in Dutch language could be your blue ocean. As you know, English market is so saturated because 54% of all websites in the world is written in English. Even the countries like India, Russia, some with very un-English population, they still try to convert their website in English version in the hope that this is their sign of internationalization. They're hoping to get some foreign clients by offering the English version of the websites. So imagine how much content is already being translated into English, and for you to advertise your another English website for English keywords is a waste of money. You're gonna pay way more per click than you would pay in any other country. It was relatively easy for me when I started back in 2001. I started advertising on Google. The price per click was 5 cents per word, 4 cents per word. It was dirt cheap. There was no tools for tracking, conversion, nothing. But the $1 could buy you 20 clicks, like 20 people actually coming to your website from Google. This was a remarkable time. You could make like a fortune just by being like broad and simple, like not really worried about anything. So, but this times has gone because the Google become really competitive. People are brutal. It's a bloodbath. It's such a red ocean. There is no way you're going to succeed in today's market, like in America, just by bidding on English keywords. That's why I'm thinking, Netherlands, they speak Dutch, they speak English, but let's try Dutch. Let's try offer them a Dutch version. They have high consumption power, even though it's a small country. They are pretty successful. They have
G-Glot transcription.
money. There's another. They're not starving. Their average salary in the Netherlands is 2,500 euros per month. So they're not like poor people. So why not just offer them our service in their own language? And we deployed the Google campaign, and the results are really good. The results are good. So we do not spend a lot of money on ads, on clicks. Compared to US market, their cost per click is 3 times cheaper. So this gives you an idea. Like this is like, just think about it. Same consumption power as Americans, but price per click is 3 times cheaper. So does the math work for you? Yes, I think the answer is yes. So that's the bottom line. We have to, when we launched the product in the worst pandemic in the history of the world, it's a 3-month-old startup, but with the help of Convey This, we've been launched this into 10 languages, which is quite remarkable. So that's the basic insight. So if you would like to succeed in anything you do, you need to think outside the box. Don't think in looking at the rear view mirror like in your car. This is no longer the present. The present is now the past, when the price per click was 5 cents per word. Now the price per click is, in some niches, is $2 per click. In some competitive niches like lawyers, like medicine, it could be $5 per click. It's the price of the latte. One latte is 1 click that you're getting from Google, and these people will not buy from you, will not probably convert. You're just burning money with a high velocity. So that's the nowadays the channel of marketing that Google actually presents. So people come onto Google, they burn themselves, they lose money, and they just leave. So I see another metrics that I see is the auction insights. It's a very powerful and insightful tool. When you advertise your keywords, there is a there's a tab it says search keywords, then there's a tab that says negative keywords, and there's the last tab is called auction insights. So if you click on auction insights, you'll see that who else was that day in that time frame if you're trying to get a report, who else was also trying to compete with you with the same keywords, and what was your positional advantage toward them during that period. This is a really good report because you could tell that some people have very big marketing budgets. They probably at the point that they want to burn out all the competition by hiking the price, and therefore you cannot even get close to the top 3 just to become on the top page of the search results. Because there used to be time before the Google updated themselves. There used to be three job ads on the left side, on the top left, and then there was like a square ads on the right hand side along the organic results. Now Google made a horrible idea. They basically removed those ads from the right hand side to the bottom of the page. So you only have ads on the top of the page, the top 3, and top 3 on the bottom of the page. These values are not absolute. Sometimes it could be top 4 and top 4 on the bottom, but most of the time I've seen top 3 and top 3. So imagine only six spots available for display on Google, and it's now competitive because there could be 12 people trying to bid for the same keyword at the same time, right? You have 12 people, 6 results, and where are you gonna appear in search? So you're constantly forced to lose money in case your landing page is not good enough. You're bringing the untargeted traffic to your website. So this is just the science in itself. You should be not the CEO of the company, not the president of the company. You should be first and foremost the marketer of your company. This is the information you should be understanding yourself, like how well you can compete against your competitors. In the end of the day, you're not competing to please the customer. Customer doesn't care like who you are. You're competing against the competitors, right? So if you can do better than the competition, you would win. If you do worse than competition, you will not get any traffic, you will not get any sales, you will just waste time and money, and will just close the doors. Another metric is, besides auction insights, you should look at the average time they stay on your page. You should look at the average time they stay on your page. If your website is in foreign language, but you're bringing the traffic who doesn't speak your language, right? If your website is in Spanish and you're bringing the traffic who speaks Turkish, they don't speak Spanish, so they cannot see anything, they don't understand anything, and they just hit the back button and they leave. So you're gonna get a huge bounce back, and the statistics shows that. That's why you also need to have Google Analytics or any other analytics on your side. And when you bring the paid traffic, it's a CPC, Google CPC. You should go into reports and see the average time stay on your pages from that source. There are different other sources of traffic, organic, social media, but you need to really pay attention to CPC, because CPC can show you, like, this day you tried to increase the bids for that particular keyword, and then your average time spent on the page was maybe 20% less than the previous day. That tells you that maybe that keyword is not very appropriate to people what they're looking for, They didn't sign up, they bounced back, they left your website, and this is the very important analytics for you. So if your Google Ads give you a very short time stay on the page, this is a bad sign. You need to keep trying to replace the keywords, trying to change the ads, and so on and so on. If the average time is good on those pages on the opposite side, that means you're doing really well. The rule of thumb is Google organic time per stay should be equal or more from your cost per click per stay. So if your cost per click per stay less than organic, it means you're still kind of bringing something less relevant. So again, try not to pursue the popular keywords. Try to pursue maybe a long tail, maybe more obscure keywords, but these keywords could be actually very targeted and bring in the people who can actually looking to sign up and spend money with your product or service. So this is how we penetrated the Dutch market. So if you guys have any questions, whether you like this format, did you find this video helpful, leave the comment down below. I would be interested to see what's on your mind, how successful you are translating your websites and expanding your business to Netherlands. Sign up for this channel. I will be uploading next how we will be expanding in other languages. So each week we'll try to get into more locales, more languages, test the new niches, and find those lucrative blue oceans where we can see a good combination between cost per click and the money we're making from that. All right, so thanks for watching this video to the very end. My name is Alex, I'm the American entrepreneur, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
Polyglot transcription.